Everything comes down to what you believe in. If you want to grow your online business, you must believe. Let's crack this open and talk about it. Hey, what's up? Jeremy here from whatupjeremy.com, back with another episode of Client by Client. Thank you so much for tuning in today. In the last episode, we got down to talking about timelines and client expectations, why it matters, what expectation you're setting with your clients, how you set that before they become a client when they're a prospect, and what happens if you don't get this right and what the consequences are. So be sure to backtrack one episode, because when you understand this at a fundamental level in your online business, you will create happier, more successful clients and get more testimonials to grow your marketing and to grow your online business faster than anyone else without paid ads. Backtrack one episode to get the entire framework and to understand everything about this concept. In today's episode, we're going to level up your belief and talk about why it is so important that you believe, that you follow through on your beliefs, and also a little bit of what's at stake along the way, and some ideas for why we must strengthen and level up your beliefs. The first reason why you must believe that it is possible to grow your online business, that it's possible to attract in more clients, that you are more than capable, starting out at the top, is because your future depends on it. You did not want to get out of your day job, and you do not desire to get out of your current day job if you're in one right now, unless you had a better picture of a brighter future down the road. I don't care if you right now have a spouse and kids, if you're a single person right now, if you're going through some things and trying to grow your online business on top of that. You do not know what lies ahead, but what you do know in your heart of hearts is that you are capable of so much more. And when you believe and you stick with your beliefs, this is what makes everything else possible. And if you stop believing, if you stop thinking down upon yourself, if you stop thinking about how shiny and bright those future potentials and possibilities are, it starts to hinder your ability to actually make it to those places in this matrix of time and space. And so your future depends upon it. You also do not know what options you're going to want, need, or desire if your goals change as you get older and as you look down the road and down the future. And when I think about my own perspective and also what I want for you, there is nothing better than having options. There is nothing better than being able to capitalize on something, even when in hindsight you weren't planning for it. And so when you think about what you are capable of accomplishing in your online business, when you think about the people that you're able to help, when you think about the family in your life and the close ones and the loved ones that get benefited, whether you hand them ever a dollar or not, they benefit because of your increase, because of your rise, because of being around someone who believes in themselves, which is such a rare thing in today's day and age. So many people are walking around, your prospects, and maybe even you included, and I speak for myself when I say me as well, we're walking around with our umbilical cords in our hands. We're dying for something to plug into, to be a part of, to feel a part of. And when you level up yourself and you level up your beliefs and your confidence, and your self-esteem, everyone around you is impacted, from people who never speak a word to you down to those closest members in your family and in your social circles. You don't know what's going to happen down the road where you need more options, where you need more resources. And when I say resources, I don't just mean money, an important one, if you weren't thinking that, but I also think about time. Think about the freedom that comes with your online business, with attracting in perfect clients, with loving what you do every single day, and with the ability to be flexible in where your eyes are looking and where your ass is at any point in time. And whether you're already there, you're full-time in your online business, you're working towards it, and you're in a day job, or you're doing contracting work, or you're hustling outside of it and doing something to make it to full-time, or you're just considering starting your online business and becoming an online coach, or becoming a content creator, or becoming a digital service provider. The freedom that comes with that lifeline is unlike anything that I can explain to you. And the freedom of knowing that you can make ends meet in some way, which I think has to happen before you ever commit to any of those pathways, is to saying that I am money and I am time and that I am capable of making those things happen without a boss and without a day job. Even if that's your current reality and you don't see a way out of it right now, your future depends upon it That's thing number one. The second reason why you must believe in yourself, in the possibilities, and in the potential of the brighter future, whether you're at 0K right now in your online business making no money, or you're already at 30 or 50 or 70 or 100K a month in your online business, is because your people need for you to show up. Yes, I'm talking about those friends and family and social circle and those people closest to you. But I also want for you to be thinking about all of the future clients and customers that you stand to attract and to serve as an online business owner. You don't even know who those people are. A few of those people are discovering you right now, or you're already in their world and you don't even know that they're considering working with you, or you don't even know they have the problem that you're best suited to help. And tomorrow there'll be maybe a couple more eyeballs that discover you and that will turn out to become paying clients. And then maybe you'll post a piece of content that gets no traction right now, but 3 months down the road, you start getting notifications in your TikTok or your Instagram. You're like, what the heck is going on? And you go to it, and for some reason, the algorithm decided to reward it. Now there's comments, and now people are asking questions, and people are commenting the word that you asked them to when you called them to action in your caption or in the content. You do not know when those things are going to happen, but everyone who stands to benefit from those things cannot benefit from them unless you believe and unless you keep showing up. And I don't know if you're anything like me, and TikTok and Instagram doesn't really give your content a whole ton of free traction and a whole ton of free attention, but you still keep showing up. You make that because you know that you don't need hundreds of prospects or hundreds of leads or hundreds of clients to come from any individual piece of content that you put out there. And that you know, either from experience or because I'm telling you, that even just getting one client from those 100, 200, 300, or 400 views that your piece of content gets, that you put an hour or more of work into, and that you've invested a lot of yourself in to learn and to go through the failures and successes, and then to get on the other side of actually being able to speak to that in your content. But it only takes one client to make that piece of content worth it, and you do not know when a prospect is going to be vetting you out and scrolling through your feed or binging on some content before they even become a prospect, for them to come across any individual piece that speaks to them and where they're at right now, and that actually converts them and puts them over the edge to actually reach out and to actually consider you and to hire you as their online coach or hire you as their digital service provider, or to buy your online course, or to buy your online membership. But what we do know is that those people, whether you know them right now and they're already in your network, they're already following you and subscribed, or they're coming to you 3 months or 3 years down the road, they need for you to keep showing up. And unless you believe in those future potentials, and unless you stop worrying about where your next client is going to come from, and instead start focusing on the daily actions that it takes to create a pipeline flowing that is flourishing with ideal prospects and potential future clients, then you stand no chance of getting there. Interesting concept that's been going through my head, in that if you really believed and had true faith, then you can't worry. It's impossible to have true faith in whether it's a higher power, or in it's of yourself, or it's in some future reality. With true faith, worry cannot coexist. Many of you are worrying about where your next dollar or your next client, or if all these things are all possible and where they're going to come from, and you're tied up with how it looks. When in all actuality, you got to take that power back and have the faith and belief that it's already happened, because there is no past, there is no future, there's only the present moment. And although we feel separated from the perceivable past and the so-called future, everything is just happening right now, and quantum physics backs this up. Modern day science backs this up. Ancient wisdom backs this up. And so when you start to let go of the worry and all of the realities attached to that worry, and you focus on what's possible and the feeling of already having that and thinking from the end, the quote unquote end, and you embody that right now, now you put yourself on that channel where those lifelines, those perceivable future potentials exist, and you attract them into the current moment. And then you start attracting situations where you are that person, where you start to attract more people in. But your people, They need for you to continue showing up and to being of service and to continue learning and developing and doubling down on your belief that you are capable. Third, your ancestors are already proud of how far you've come, whether you're at that 30 or 50 or 100K month mark, or you're just starting to make the decision saying, I'm so capable of much more. And this authority figure, this boss, is not something I desire for my future because I want to be there for my family. I want to be there for my future family, and I want to have more options, more time, and more resources. Your ancestors are already proud of you, and they probably can't even fathom or understand the beginning of the decisions that you're making in this modern day and time, let alone if you're already in a business and how it all works. They probably don't even know how to support you from the outside if you believe in that. However, they're already proud of you, and it's up to you, regardless of any and all of that, to uphold their legacy. I constantly think about my dad and his dad and the person before him and how our lives are so drastically different. And what I observe and what I continuously come to in that thought form and in that thought kind of line, that line of thought, is that I and what I do is not a possibility without the hard work those men put in. And I stand on the shoulders of giants, both in the role models you hear me talk about and the coaches that I've hired and the people that I look up to currently alive and not, as well as my ancestors. And even though they may not be able to understand what I'm doing right now and how this whole internet communication things, and they might not know how to support me from the outside, again, if you believe in that sort of thing, what I do know is that they are proud of me for upholding their legacy, and yours are also proud of you for being someone that doesn't think like everybody else. And your ancestors didn't have the options to not think like everybody else, but you do. And for you to take back that power and to take your power and take full responsibility of it and not leave yourself as much as possible at the whim of the world, they admire you for that. They're rooting for you in that. And this is even more of the reason when you think about not being born in their day and age and you being born in this day and age, all furthermore the reason to believe that you are the motherfucker to turn things around, to break family generational wealth curses, to put yourself in a position to allow yourself to have the freedom, not just on Saturday and Sunday, but of every day of the week, and to add those days up in the compound of being able to think about bigger and better problems, about being of service and helping people and not just bringing a paycheck home, and about how much further your money can go when you give your money meaning versus making the entire meaning about your money. Your ancestors are proud of you, and they're counting on you to continue upholding their legacy. Lastly, thing number 4, for why you must believe in yourself, why you must believe that everything you're wanting is possible and already coming your way. And if you've already gotten value, some sort of insight, or some sort of inspiration at this point in the episode, take a screenshot wherever you're watching this, or drop me some emojis if you're watching this on YouTube or on Facebook, and let me know what's standing out to you most. Lastly, the last reason why you must believe in yourself, why you must believe that everything is working in your favor, is because the best is yet to come. And I don't care if you're that person that's already at 100K a month, or if you're at that person trying to get your first client, get your first $1,000 a month. The best is yet to come. But without you showing up every single day expecting that best is yet to come, expecting the good things are already happening to you, whether you're judging them as good things happen to you or bad things happening to you, or if you are finding yourself not being so optimistic, or if you're finding yourself being optimistic in the midst of complete chaos, the best is yet to come. But you have to continue waking up, putting one foot in front of the other, deepening your belief, deepening your understanding, finding out the things that you don't know, putting systems in place once you figure them out so that there's not a day that goes by without you taking care of that individual task, that individual thing, whether it's the macro or at the micro level of your online business. And finding everything that you can do and every piece of information possible on the internet, which every piece of information you need is already out there on the internet. Because you know in your heart of hearts that you are the person that you are more than capable, whether you know everything you need to know right now or not, that the best is yet to come. This is not just a way of thinking, this is a way of being and a way of living. And when you internalize this and you carry this with you at every moment, and you think about this even when things aren't necessarily going your way in the moment, which you know not if they're going your way in the moment, because some of the worst things that happen to you wind up being the best, and some of the best things that happen to you in the moment wind up being some of the worst, all in hindsight. Hindsight 2020. What you must carry with you at all moments, and why you must believe in yourself, why you must believe that you're capable, why you must believe that a better, brighter future is waiting ahead, is because the best is yet to come. In the next episode of Client by Client, we're going to talk about how to repel non-ideal prospects and clients. That way you only attract in the cream of the crop, and you only attract in people who begin to close you, and you only attract in people that are an absolute dream to work with. Whenever you are ready, here are a couple ways I can help you grow your online business. First, download your free copy of GetBook CRM. Coaches, are you still managing your leads and pipeline without a tool, or from Instagram DM, Facebook Messenger, and places like your email inbox, where you're losing leads in the cracks and leaving a lot of money and clients on the table every single week and month? That's why I created GetBooked CRM. What started out as a free and simple way for me to manage my leads and pipelines and turn prospects into clients has quickly become a favorite tool of my private students and many members in the Leverage Coach community. Get leads and turn them into clients in half the time. To download your free copy now, just find me over on Instagram at WhatUpJeremy and send me the letters CRM. Second, join my free group for online coaches. I've got hundreds of coaches and business owners from all over the world, all implementing my methods and strategies for starting and growing an online business and getting clients consistently. To get your free invitation now and join us over in the Leverage Coach community, just find me on Instagram and send me the word group. Lastly, become my next success story. I'm getting a couple coaches together this month to implement my methods and frameworks for injecting a minimum of $15K worth of new clients, or doubling your existing client roster base over the next 30, 60, 90 days. But working with the right people is super important to me. So only respond to this if you are a relationship-focused business owner who always puts the human ahead of the money. You've been coaching or running your online business for at least 6 months to a year. You'd like to get 3 to 5 clients organically from social media every week or month without wasting money and time on paid ads. You have at least 300 friends on a social platform, email list, or Facebook group. You are willing to take bold, inspired action from a place of belief because you know that your success depends upon it. And last but most importantly, you can keep a secret. If that's you, I want you to grab your phone right now and give that Instagram app a tap. Do a search and find me at WhatUpJeremy. Give me a follow and binge on some content while you're there. Check out the reels. And when you're ready, I want for you to message me the words case study. When you do that, I'll ask you a couple questions about your online business, about your vision for the next 12 months. And then I'll share with you what we have coming up this month in the Get Clients program, how we're already helping students from all over the world. And we'll also identify what part of the program will likely make the biggest impact on your business as soonest. That way you know what to expect. For all the details now, just find me over on Instagram and send me the words case study. That's it for this episode of Client by Client. Thank you so much for tuning in. See you in the next one. Cheers.